Good afternoon. Welcome to the third quarter of 2021 award ceremony. Let's go ahead and get started with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I see we have some distinguished guests in the back of the room. Mr. Lee Baggett, our legal representative, and we'll say co-counsel, Amber Mosley. Thank you. So Commander DeMeo says that I should always open up with some witty leadership discussion, and I was on my way over here today, and I just recently read the IACP magazine, the Police Chiefs magazine, and there continues to be quite the debate among scholars and police chiefs on how we're going to reform policing. And as you read the context of these articles, you're going to find out that where policing's headed in the future is where this organization's been for many, many years and has continued to refine. So I just want to, my great nugget of leadership today is, as you listen to this, understand why I'm so grateful and thankful to the men and women that work in this organization, that all of the tragedies that have befell police agencies over the last 18 months to 2 years haven't struck home here because of the quality of police work that gets done every day out on the streets and inside the building of the Port St. Lucie Police Department. So thank you. And we'll start with the service citations. Sergeant Boham, take it away.
All right, receiving the 5-year service citation, Officer Dominic Durbin.
Congratulations.
The 15-year service citation, Officer Michael Casey, Isabella Rodriguez Holder, Record Specialist, Detective James Jones, Detective Joshua Mahler, and myself. The 20-year service citation, Sergeant Tara Pavlishin. Receiving the 25-year service citation, Assistant Chief William Vega.
I made it. Give me a noogie or something? Can you give me a noogie? 25 more to go.
And an incredible 35-year service citation, Denise Marengo, Record Specialist.
So I'm going to tell Denise. When I was a road officer, we used to have to pick up our rejects at the window and records. And they would have red ink on them to tell you what you had done wrong so you could go back and do it over. And I used to call Denise General Marengo back then, so it's kind of stuck for, I haven't been calling you that for 35 years. It's only been 27 years. I did. I got a lot of rejects. So if you get a lot of rejects, there's still hope. Hang in there.
Still giving them.
All right, receiving the Master Officer designation in our Career Ladder program, Officer Joseph Byrne and Officer Peter Chun. Receiving our educational awards, Officer Jao Goncalves received his associate's degree in criminal justice. Acting Sergeant Ian Harris received his associate's degree in criminal justice. And Officer Willis Tumblin received his bachelor's degree in criminal justice.
At least on the sidewalk. Yes. Thank you.
Receiving our Administrative Excellence Award, Officer Martin Goberl. And it should come to no surprise to anyone who's here, he's away in training, so he'll receive his award at a later date. Receiving our life-saving citation for Southeast Isabel Road, Officer James Diacetis and Officer Natalie Mastrangolia.
Good one, Steve.
On September 14th, 2021, at approximately 5:27 a.m., a female called 911 to advise that her 92-year-old mother was not conscious and making gurgling noises. In addition, the female caller reported her mother was feeling sweaty and asked her to get some water. When the daughter returned, her mother was unresponsive on the couch. Officers Diacetis and Mastrangolia arrived on the scene. They immediately moved the female from a couch to the floor to initiate CPR. After several minutes of life-saving measures, fire rescue relieved officers and took over resuscitation efforts. Rescue then transported the female to St. Lucie Medical Center. The ER staff at St. Lucie Medical Center advised that they were able to obtain a heartbeat. Thanks to the quick efforts of the officers, the female was later transferred to the ICU and later hospice. Thank you for your invaluable life-saving measures. Also receiving a life-saving citation, Officer Alan Ledmer. You responded to a call for service where a man was in full cardiac arrest. During the medical episode, the man had fallen between a couch and chair. The victim was not conscious or breathing, and the caller was having a hard time starting CPR. You were the first on scene to discover that the male had no pulse, and you immediately began CPR. Rescue advised that with your help, they could obtain a pulse. The male was transported to the hospital and was alive at the end of your shift. Due to your assistance in placing the male on the ground and starting CPR, you provided life-saving measures that allowed the victim to make it to the hospital for treatment. Therefore, you are most deserving of this award. Thank you for your prompt response, which helped save a life. Receiving our Chief Brian E. Ruther Manager Award, Lisa Smith, Purchasing Project Manager. You're being awarded the Chief Brian E. Ruther Manager Third Quarter for 2021 Award based on Bill May's nomination. You currently oversee the purchasing section. With the department's fleet coordinator position vacant, you stepped in and managed the overall day-to-day fleet operations. You helped organize, set priorities, purchase and outfit vehicles, handle insurance claims, and audit radios. In addition, you have taken the lead role in managing the first floor remodel project. The remodel project includes design, the scope of work, materials permitting, planning, and coordinating. You play an integral role in many other police department projects, such as designing and building the PD substation, training facility, and body-worn cameras. You handle all tasks in a professional manner while assuring your regular duties are completed. You're also involved in charity work, help to represent the department in such a positive manner. All members of the police administration appreciate your efforts and drive. Thank you for your continued support of all aspects of the department, and congratulations on a job well done. I'll volunteer of the quarter, Wayne Vicentin. Based on Thomas Andrews' nomination to volunteer coordinator, you have been selected as the volunteer of the third quarter for 2021. You have volunteered with our agency since May of 2011. Currently, you are part of the Tradition Community Patrol. You are responsible for reporting any suspicious and unusual activity, as well as acting as the eyes and ears of the department. You are also our Thursday courier for the department by making timely deliveries of agency documents to state and county offices. In addition, you generously fill in on days when other volunteers are unavailable. Although the community patrols and other volunteer services were suspended during the COVID-19 pandemic, the courier detail continued. The PSL PD is fortunate to have you as a member of the volunteer program, and thank you for being an instrumental member of the agency. Congratulations on a job well done. Civilian of the Quarter, Denisa Yaroma, Layton Fingerprint Examiner, CSI. Based upon a nomination received by Detective Tim Herring, you have been selected as the Civilian of the Third Quarter for 2021 for your outstanding work. Detective Herring stated, quote, CSI Yaroma's dedication to duty and attention to detail frequently helped us obtain critical evidence to close cases. In addition, she provides a high level of service and often volunteers to assist her coworkers, unquote. One case that comes to mind is the following. On June 30th, 2021, a citizen filed a report with the Port St. Lucie Police Department alleging that his 2018 pickup truck had been stolen. The vehicle was stripped on July 1st, 2021 in North Miami Beach, Florida. The car had been stripped of parts and cleaned of any latent prints. On July 2nd, 2021, you traveled to North Miami Beach and processed the vehicle for evidentiary purposes. At that time, you located 2 small plastic bags beneath the rear passenger seat and processed them for latent prints. Luckily, you obtained prints from the bag and positively linked them to a subject in Hialeah, Florida. The investigation revealed that the complainant staged the incident. He then filed a false insurance claim for the loss of the vehicle in the amount of excess of $30,000. As a result, the complainant was charged with insurance fraud and filing a false police report. It is because of your efforts that we were able to expose this fraudulent report of a crime. We are very proud to have you, an employee who displays the willingness and desire to go above and beyond her duties. For this reason, you have been awarded Civilian Employee of the Third Quarter. Keep up the great work. Detective of the Quarter, Detective Amy Malavesky. Currently, Detective Malavesky is out on a scene, so we will excuse her at the moment. Officer of the Quarter, Officer Thomas Nichols. Based upon nominations submitted by Sergeant Holman and Officers Ludmer and Freeman, you have been selected for Officer of the Third Quarter for 2021. Since you became the lobby officer for the department, you have welcomed residents that come into the lobby by listening to their needs and offering your assistance. In addition, you are a selfless officer who lends a helping hand when the calls for service by checking the CAD for calls holding, which are waiting to be dispatched, and monitoring the radio. As a result, this quarter you have written 198 reports. Because of your helpful mentality, you fully epitomized the philosophy of do your job and have significantly relieved the pressure off the patrol officers. Sergeant Holman mentioned that Officer Nichols has taken a position and has run full speed with it. The position of lobby officer can sound like a lot sitting and waiting for calls, and it can be if that is what you allow it to be. Officer Nichols has taken a proactive approach and continually monitors the dispatch screen for calls he can handle by phone. I have looked at his call totals, and he has blown his position out of the park. As a result of your diligence and commitment to the agency, everyone you encounter throughout the day is most appreciative of you. Due to your exceptional work ethic and willingness to aid your fellow officers, you exemplify the qualities of an accomplished police officer. Due to your remarkable work performance demonstrated daily, you deserve to be honored as the Port St. Lucie Police Department Officer of the Third Quarter for 2021. That's all I have, Chief.
Thank you, Sergeant Boham. So Tom's nomination really is a narrative of what I was talking about at the beginning of the process here. Going that extra mile, and some people would look at the lobby officer position as some place where somebody who was ready to retire would go. And obviously Tom, that's not the approach he's taken to it. He's even wearing Class A uniforms now that it's a little chillier. So he represents the department in a positive manner. But that is superior police work. And while that was written about Tom, I know it goes on every day out there, and I appreciate it. So, anything to add? Well, do we have refreshments? Okay, we have refreshments at the station. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us, and see you over at this police station. Thank you.